Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Association of Public Health Officers in Kenya has moved to court to challenge a circular issued by the head of public service. The circular, dated 4th June 2019, allegedly bars public health officers from conducting any investigations on food substances imported at any points of entry without the express permission of the Kenya Bureau of Statistics. The association says this move, if effected, not only curtails their constitutional mandate, but also puts the health of the general public at risk.
We have gone to court to seek the interpretation whether a circular is supersede the Constitution. We know that even any law cannot invalidate the Constitution. And we are talking of Article 46, so many other articles, which is in our petition, that is contravening the Constitution. This circular is exactly contravening the Constitution, the consumer rights, which I have just spelled out. So we need an interpretation. We are in court. We have gone to Constitutional Court. We have filed it this morning. And we are looking forward to positive gesture from the court.
Let's now cross over to Kisii, where illicit brew was nabbed, and let's get that report.
Pombe imejaa mpaka karibu na masure. Katika Emeno Secondary, nyuma yake kuna pombe chang'aa inauzwa. Na hiyo hata hiyo miji inajulikana, hata assistant chief huyo acting anajua. Emeno Primary, hiyo surrounding yote kuna pombe, karibu nyumba zaidi ya 10. Sasa tumeona ni shida kubwa, afadhali serikali tusaidie. Tuone tutasaidika kivipi.
Mwenzangu ameongea mambo ya pombe. Pombe iko kila mara. Na ukiulizwa, ukisoma ile ripoti ambayo mmepewa, kila mahali iko. Na tutaki kuona mambo ya pombe kwa subrogation ambayo imetuangaisha.
Si tunaomba serikali ifanye nini? Itusaidie. Hatuna mawasiliano yoyote kutoka kwa serikali. Si tuko kama msituni, hatujui chochote. Serikali chochote ikitokea, si tunakuja kustukia tu. Serikali leo ni kitu fulani inaendelea. Kwa hivyo, kwa hiyo majaji, si tunaomba serikali yetu itupatie assistant chief, tupate wetu, lakini yule mwenye yako afadhali hata hiyo ofisi ifungwe.
Now, flying squad officers in Garissa County have recovered stolen vehicles following a security operation. The officers also arrested suspects within Nairobi. Head of flying squad Musa Yego confirmed that the vehicles had been stolen in Nairobi, adding that the operation was still on. He appealed to the members of the public who might have bought a vehicle suspiciously or bought a vehicle without a logbook to report to the nearest police station. Now, as West Pokot grapples with high illiteracy levels, the Standard Media Group, through its newspaper in education program, has come in handy to improve the pupils' learning skills and better their performance. The Standard Media Group team, led by the head of human resource, Mr. Nicholas Siwetom, visited Karas Primary School on Thursday, where they engaged pupils in a learning class lesson, distributed learning materials to the pupils, and awarded the most improved pupils. The visit saw the program manager Annie Gitau activate Class 6 West as she engaged the pupils in a teaching lesson that was attended by Mr. Siwatom and a section of teachers. Speaking during the function, Mr. Siwatom said they have run the program for close to 3 years across the country, which has seen a number of schools improve their studies.
Gazeti imetuhifadhi kama sisi wana West Pokot. Sisi hatukuwa tunajua English, lakini tunajua saa hii. Tunajua na tunajua, tunasoma na tunaelewa na tunasema answer. Sasa tumeshukuru hata kwa composition tumeweza kuimprove hata kwa mtihani.
We are here to award the most improved pupil who turned up very well. He's improved by 129 marks. So for us, we're very excited about this. He's moved from the 100s to the 200s. We're excited that the program is working in Karas Primary School. We are also excited because under the program, we'll be able to start running the examinations papers on Tuesdays and Saturdays in the standard newspaper. So that has gone a long way in helping the candidates prepare for the end of the exams.
If we continue like this, I'm very sure it will impact in the results in the KCP next year, especially in the class that we have. We want to appreciate our sponsor, especially Mr. Nicholas Siwatom, who has sacrificed a lot to make this program succeed in our school.
We've run this for 1 year, and the main aim of newspapers in schools is to improve language skills. Standard has a print newspaper, which is called the Standard. We also print the Pambazuko, which is a Swahili newspaper, which is a new addition into the newspaper in schools. And therefore the students are able to read and improve their skills in reading. And once they improve their language skills, it's much easier for them to be able to understand other subjects like history, science, mathematics, geography, and civics and education. So once they're able to understand and comprehend, then they're able to perform better in class, because they're able to understand what the teacher is saying, and they're able to do well.
To Taita Taveta County and health services there have been paralyzed after the union officials from all health departments in Taita Taveta declared a strike due to failure of the county to address their needs. The health professionals led by their union officials have expressed the disappointment over poor pay, inactive NHIF services and remitted loans despite monies being deducted from their pay slips. The health staff have vowed not to resume work until they have received their dues fully.
Sisi withdraw our services from now until wakati ule atamit yale yote ambayo tulioandikia katika barua ya ilani. Moja, lazima atulipe pesa zetu zote za mshahara. Isibaki hata shilingi moja. Pili, lazima alipe all the deductions ambazo amekuwa kikata katika hizo miezi zote, hata moja isibaki.
Kaunti yetu ilisign commitment letter na waziri yule tuliyekuwa naye kitambo ya kuclear KEMSA bill ya around 46 million. That money was approved and that money was to be paid. It is so unfortunate. Taita Taveta County at the moment has been blacklisted by KEMSA. Hawezi pewa dawa because wanadaiwa 46 million.
Sisi hapa tunaumia. Kwa hivyo sisi tuko hapa kwa ajili ya kumwambia viongozi wetu kuwa tunaumia, mishahara hatupati na deductions zetu za loans, bank loans wapi hazifiki.
Tunashangaa hizi pesa ambazo tunaona kwamba kila siku tuna pesa imepitishwa ya county. Tunashangaa kwamba pesa ya county ya health huwa inaenda wapi ya Taita Taveta County. Ndiposa tumefikia hapa, tunahuzunika kwa sababu ya wagonjwa wetu, lakini hakuna kitu ambacho tunaweza fanya kwa sababu hata sisi wenyewe ni wagonjwa sasa.
Let's now take another short commercial break, but do stay with us after the break. We're back with more stories.
This is KTN News.
Welcome to Mbita in Homa Bay County, one of the 5 counties that border Lake Victoria. Area residents, especially those in Siaya and Homa Bay counties, depend on water transport to travel to places like Takawiri, Rusinga and Mfangano Islands, as well as Luanda Kotieno. There are 2 water buses operating along those routes.
Get a discount of up to 10% if you book an apartment from 20th to 30th October 2019. Come and buy your home, where elegance and luxury converge.
People try to bring out colors that can attract from very far. She's a flower, remember.
Mila yaweza tumika kufanya maendeleo.
You get that the more Africans get educated, the more they start abandoning their cultural connotations. I don't think conservation of culture is an alternative. It is a mandate that we owe not only to ourselves, but to the generations that will come.
This is KTN News.
Once again, thank you so much for staying with us. Now, politics have in the recent times played out in places of worship, especially in churches, with the recent one witnessed in Gitoi Catholic Church in Murang'a County between 2 politicians of the same political party. Most of these politicians showcase political supremacy and in turn taking over the order of church services that is spreading the word of God. A group of like-minded bishops, pastors and reverends under the organization, namely Second Generation, are on a mission to change and perhaps stop unhealthy politics witnessed in churches. The group, headed by Bishop Jonah Kariuki, is gearing towards strengthening church clergies in advocating for the fight against church politics, among other vices in society today.
Pulpit of politics is what perhaps our churches are turning out to be. Places of worship being used by politicians to propagate their political agenda, exchanging brawls as well as dividing the members of the public on political lines and political fronts. Murang'a County experienced that 2 or 3 weeks back in church, which was a very bad showdown of supremacy battles between 2 members of parliament of the same political party. But I earlier spoke to a bishop leading a group known as Second Generation on what will be the best solution towards mitigating these particular occurrences that we continue to witness in churches. And this is what he had to say.
This battle of corruption is a spiritual battle. And therefore, if it is left to the leaders only, maybe president and the deputy president and the other guys, political people, it will not help. But if they will bump the ball to us as spiritual leaders, we'll be able to help them and see what we can do together.
Allow me to cut you short. What exactly have you done so far to ensure that at least you address this particular issue with bishops and priests across the country?
We've done a lot of meetings. In fact, last year we had a meeting in Nakuru, which was attended by 350 clergies, and we talked about this thing, and we said we will not allow politicians to come to our churches and maybe take a platform and speak politics or all maybe exchange blows. And therefore we said we must be very categorical that we are not giving you this platform. And therefore from then, they have not, we've not invited them to our churches. We are saying this must be curtailed, and that is why we are traversing Murang'a, try to talk to pastors and clergies, every clergy and bishops, to make sure that this will not happen again.
But we've seen pastors and bishops calling for calm among politicians. How impactful do you expect this to make headway?
You know, these guys are our members, and therefore even when we are calling calm, politics is a data game. And I have been asking myself, who will sanitize this if it is not the church? And these guys, they are coming to church. And therefore we are saying we will sanitize this by preaching peace, by preaching against politics in the church until the second generation is heard, and maybe they articulate their issues, and their issues are taken seriously by the common mwananchi. Come 2022, pastors and clergies, bishops will sit down and see who to elect and who is not to elect. In fact, we have drawn a line, and we are saying it is now a church versus the MPs, because we will not elect leaders who will come back and start, throwing stones to our people or doing something that is very wrong in the church. But we are saying the church will not be corrupt. And we will not allow the church to be corrupted by these guys. Because if they corrupt us, they will not be able to do what, we want on the ground. And therefore we are saying no to any corruption, no to nothing. And we are saying we will follow the way of Christ and the way of the Bible, and we will not allow them to corrupt us or to corrupt the church. And we are stopping this by prayer and even by calling them in, and we are saying if they are good enough, why don't they engage us and in fact tell us, come, we incorporate you guys in this fight against corruption?
What is the role of the congregation and the general public in ensuring that we don't allow leaders to make political sentiments that bring division and exchange of brawls in churches?
Is to stand still, in fact, and say we are not giving a damn. We are saying, and in fact our members, the good thing is that our members are in fact, they are supporting us, and they are saying the time has come whereby Wanjiko must be helped, not individuals, because these guys take an individual and tell that individual, why can't you help me to get these people here? And we are saying this must stop, because that is why Wanjiko is being, clashed down, and she cannot be helped. We are saying no to this, and the whole church, wherever the church is today, I am calling upon bishops and pastors and every clergy member who knows about the second generation, and to them that do not know about the second generation, come and know our mission and what we have, so that we can join hands together and fight this, help our president, help our deputy on fighting corruption spiritually, because we are spiritual men, we are spiritual women, and we know how well to fight about this.
Thank you very much for making time with KTN News. That is Bishop Karaoke making sentiments and of course articulating and trying to demystify how and what is the solution towards this menace. A number of priests and of course bishops, clergies and clerk within the second generation going around the country. We perhaps hope to expect and see how much impact will be made in addressing this particular menace. And as you viewers watching at home, whether you're a parent, whether you're a leader, or whether you are a youth in this society, you have a role and responsibility to ensure that you take what is not right, you don't take what is not right and take what is right in society, advocating for what is good within our society or what to consume in our society. From County 021, my name is Stanley Mbichu. I hand you back to studio.
Defiled pulpits, indeed, it has become a common trend, and for sure, something needs to be done. Now, that report by my colleague Stanley Mbishu brings us to the end of Newsdesk. Thank you so much for staying with me. Remember, some of the stories that we are following up for you: the opening of the will of the slain Dutch tycoon Tob Cohen. Of course, our reporters Franklin Waller and Timothy Otieno are on it, and we will get a comprehensive report on that on our subsequent programs. Once again, thank you so much for staying with me. My name is Grace Kuria. Up next is Bottom Line Africa with me. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.